What's going on, guys? So I received a bunch of questions on my last build video as to how I got my gear. So I wanted to make this gear progression video and show you the ways I've gotten my gear through trading and finding gear. So starting off, and if you saw my previous video, I got my first crystal sword doing normal cows before I had any decent gear. And then I continued doing Countess, and I used the Lazruk quest to get my first spirit. So this is the first decent item that I've gotten, and this is basically after normal difficulty. Then off of Akara, after I did one of the quests, I didn't even realize that, but I got this nice faster cast ring with cold resist and lightning resist. Then Nightmare Forge, I find an Rune, and this is what I use to trade for a regular plain monarch, which I use a Lazruk quest to socket and make my spirit shield. So I got my 2 spirits. Okay, now on to the more of the trading side. So the skin of the Vipermagi. This is my next upgrade. And I got this through, I did 100 Countess runs if you guys have seen my video. And I traded a bunch of keys because they're valuable early on, as well as this lidless, which I really didn't need because I had the spirit. So a combination of keys and the lidless, and this I mainly use DTJSP to convert it to forum gold, and then I use that forum gold to buy an unidentified Vipermagi, which ended up being 30% resist. So by the end of Nightmare Early Hell, I was level 80, and this is the gear I had. The main ones are the faster cast ring, the 2 spirits, and the Vipermagi, and then everything else is just for resistances or whatever I found. And then I did get a really bad lightning thunder charm. Shako, this is my next one. So early on, I think it was level like 7 or 8, I found a unique ring, and it ended up being Nagels. So I saved it until a few days into the ladder, and people gave me some decent value for it, as well as that second Nagel you saw when I was on the way to Countess. Those plus the Um Rune was enough value to get me my Shako. Next on the list was the Arachnid Mesh. I got lucky with this one for sure. I think it was maybe 30 pit runs in. Cham rune. And though it's not a very valuable high rune, it was enough early on to get me enough to get the Arax. SOJ. Now this is basically an even swap, and I made a video on this in my 100 pit runs video, but the 2 to Phoenix Strike Greater Talons was about equal to an SOJ value, so those kind of evened out. On my way to Countess, I had a Gheeds already from Arcane, but this one was 139.36. I needed some more faster cast, and good thing this one dropped going to Countess. I got Trang's Gloves. And then after I had the 117% breakpoint later on, in pits I found, or in the pit I found 31 chance guards, which I'm currently using now. And then finally the big ticket item was worth about a jaw rune, my torch. And this is a combination from a lot of different items, again, that I was able to sell on DTJSP in the last few days. A 194 Thunderstroke. Went for about, I would say, 2 ists. And then a lot of the keys I've traded as well. So I got a few double drops on the Keys of Hate, and you see here I found an Rune. In addition, I found a bunch of like perfect amethysts, and here's another double key drop. I'm not going to go over every item that I did trade, but it was a combination of bases such as flails, monarchs, perfect gems, Rao runes, Talthul or Am on the bottom. You see a spirit pack, hell runes. All these things kind of added up, and I was able to eventually get enough. I think it was approximately 10 or so Istrun of value. And then I ended, right now this video shows 88. I'm at level 90 at the moment, and this is my current gear. I did get a Vex from some of the new runs, which I didn't post yet. And this is my gear so far, so pretty happy with the results. Some people have suggested getting Crescent Moon for my weapon instead of Hodo. and eventually Infinity actually wearing on the Sorceress. So I got to see how I could afford that. But this is the current setup, and everything on my mercenary I found: the Insight Thresher, the Templar coat, and the Tal Mask. So that's it for now. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.